What? Another Kickstarter video by Mr. Tarask. Yes, my channel has evolved into a channel that talks about Kickstarters a lot for some reason, and it's just because there's a lot of awesome Kickstarters going on right now in the world of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and it would just be a crime not to tell you about this one. Hi there, fellow Dungeons & Dragons players and Dungeon Masters alike. My name is Mr. Tarask. I hope I am still your favorite YouTuber, your go-to place when it comes to third-party Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition content. Yes, that is what I do on this channel. I review third-party content for the world's greatest role-playing game, and right now I am sitting down behind my computer because I want to talk to you about a Kickstarter that I bumped into from one of my favorite writers together with another one of my favorite writers, so that's a good thing. It looks like one of those Kickstarter that really floats my boat. That's really for me. If it isn't for you, that's perfectly okay, but it's totally for me. But before we do that, I just want to say that next to the subscribe button, which you already clicked, I hope, is a become a member button right now. For you, it's less than a cup of coffee. For me, it's a perfect way to keep doing this channel, keep doing what I'm doing, and you can chat with me in Discord. Yes, you'll be thrown in my Discord server where there's already a bunch of cool people that support me on Patreon, and I will be roaming around there. I'm always, like, Discord is always on my phone, so if you want to talk to me, ask me questions, I will always answer. Anyway, to the Kickstarter. Adventures from the Potbellied Kobold by none less than Jeff C. Stevens himself. If you are one of those people that doesn't always have the time to prepare, this is for you. Compare it to the Prepared series by Kobold Press, where they have a bunch of mini encounters and mini adventures in like one booklet called Prepared 1 or Prepared 2. Which you just sit down on the toilet for 10 minutes, be like, hey, you guys set up, I just need to go take a dump, and then you take a dump and you take the book with you and you just read it real quick. This is what it does. This is exactly what that is. The great thing about this is, as far as I can read, the adventures are already written. So I think they just have to put this stuff together and then it's done with. And with put this stuff together, I don't mean put it together, because then they just could have put it together, but they're adding a bunch of stuff. First of all, they're adding tips and tricks for scaling the adventures for certain levels. Then they're going to have a way to tie the adventures together. Yes, you have a bunch of adventures you can drop in to any game, and I completely, absolutely like that. When you have adventures you can drop in to any game. Like, you have a campaign, you have a thing going on, and your players are traveling from A to B, and you're like, I just want them to gain one more level, but I want them to do something for that. You just throw in one of these adventures, like they pass through a forest, or they pass through whatever the adventure is, maybe a village or a city, and they can do that thing. So as far as I can see, there is a bunch of adventures already written by there's JVC Perry in here. There's MT Black, who's also a very famous writer. There's a bunch of names in here that I've seen being tossed around in the past, and they all wrote an adventure, and yeah, looks awesome. Another thing that I really like is that you can already download one adventure. It's called the Slime Cave of Norwal. You can already download for free on the Kickstarter page. So if you're even slightly interested in this, just go to the link in the description below, click it, and then if you don't back them, at least you have a free adventure, right? Just take the adventure, play it, run it, or have it trigger your brain and say like, okay, I'm gonna support this Kickstarter. Which is awesome. I always like it when Kickstarters already have free stuff. I mean, Dream Realm Storytelling did that with their Midgard thing, where you can already see a bunch of Midgard stuff, and their evil book that is coming out soon, they did that with that. So I like it when Kickstarters already have like free stuff on them, because you can go from Kickstarter to Kickstarter and just download a bunch of free stuff, and if there's anything you like, you can go back to that Kickstarter and just back them. That's basically the idea for me behind that. Anyway, then there's the art. The art is, yeah, I mean, do I need to say more? There's just great art. This book is just going to be completely awesome. Now, something they do, who doesn't like maps? There's a map thing. First stretch goals, downloadable map file will include both player and GM versions. That's actually a detail I like very much, where you get it's a stretch goal, but where you get a map, but you have a DM version and you have a player version. I like that a lot. I like it when you can give your players a map, but there's like no information other than the map, and they're like, yeah, we can go here, we can go here, and you can even give them the map in game, maybe even to explain why they even have the map on the table. I like that. Although I am a mostly theater of the mind player DM, because I'm very good at explaining scenarios and going with the flow and just making shit up on the fly. I do like it when they add this kind of stuff. Now, something I want to really talk about, which I really like very much, there's 2 pledge levels that have exactly the same rewards, which is Adventures from the Potbellied Kobold PDF and all digital stretch goals. Just get the PDF. You can get, officially the PDF will set you back $20, right? You can just pledge $20 and you're a $20 backer, and you have the PDF. You're basically the standard backer and you're an awesome person for doing so. But then there is a stretch goal for $15, which does exactly the same. And what they say is, I know times are tough. Many consumers may not be able to afford the $20 tier, and I want as many people as possible to enjoy the adventures in this book. That's awesome. That's just ridiculously awesome. I mean, how they officially you get it for $20 if you're, but you can also get it for $15. And I know there's a bunch of people probably going to be like, hey, just get it for $15, save $5, right? Yes. But there's also a lot of people that are going to pay the $20 when they can, and there is a lot of people that just there's a lot of Kickstarters going on right now, and I have a lot of friends that are like, I need to see where I put my funds and what I want to back and what I don't want to back. This could get people to actually be able to back it, while otherwise they wouldn't be able to back it. It just wouldn't fit in their budget, because I know a lot of people that are really, that haven't almost a separate wallet for Kickstarters, and they have like this budget every month they can put into Kickstarters, and if they don't back one for 3 months, they can back one big one or something like that. I know a bunch of people that actually do that. This is a small Kickstarter. This is one of those Kickstarter that doesn't ask for $50,000 or $60,000 and then gets $1 million or $500,000. I mean, there's a lot of Kickstarters out there that fail, but there's also a lot of Kickstarters out there that just, they ask for a ridiculous amount of money and they get even more ridiculous amount of money. And when I say they ask for a ridiculous amount of money, I'm not saying they don't need that money to create that product. I'm saying they are actually, it's just a lot of money. That's what I'm saying. It's just a lot of money. And right now, these guys, Jesse Stevens and friends, they ask for 8,462 euros. So that's in euros. I can put that in dollars. That's actually just like $10,000 sharp. They're looking for $10,000 and they right now raised $6,116. So 25 more days to go. They have $6,000 of the $10,000. They're probably going to make it. But I just wanted you guys to see this because I am just a fan of mini adventures that you can read on the toilet before you do a session. That's basically what I like, and that's basically why I want you guys to know about this, because the Prepared series, for example, is one of those series that it just has a bunch of adventures and you just sit down in the toilet. Midgard Sagas, I used that literally for that reason. Midgard Sagas, there was a session and there was a bunch of friends of me who were like, hey, let's do a one shot or something, and I was like, yeah, sure. And they do you want to run it? I was like, yeah, I'm always prepared to run a one shot. And I'm like overconfident, which I am absolutely not. I just fake it, and then I'm like, yeah, just you set up the table, I'll be right back, just go to the toilet, and then I just take the book with me, I just read it through real quick, and the rest I just do completely on the fly. That's how I played Mad Men at the bridge. Literally that way I played Mad Men on the bridge, and I just really, from Midgard Sagas, and I really like the way, because it puts me on the spot, it puts them on the spot, puts everybody on the spot, and you need to like improvise and stuff. And I like that I like those kinds of PDFs where you don't really where you can prepare on the fly, and if you're not prepared, you always have something by hand, and I really like that. So I really want you to click the link in the description below, and I hope your inspiration may guide you.